Master Ramos.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time and your son Mike as well for joining us.
There we go.
I am curious. What brought you to Taekwondo?
Well, when my son was about 14 years old, and I had another daughter, Victoria, who got her green belt in Taekwondo. But as a family, we joined Taekwondo to bring us closer as a family for a connection and a common goal in mind as a family. My son suffered a head injury when he was very small. He was hit by a car, and it was recommended because he could not do other sports because of his head injury. So it was recommended that we try a martial art. And so we started a martial art up at Montcalm Community College under the direction of Senior Master Golumbisky. And I now am a 5th degree, and my son Mike is a 2nd degree.
Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I never knew that Taekwondo is actually a medicinal remedy. It's recommended by doctors.
It is. And I get many students who have ADHD, autism, and many other, some physical disabilities. And Taekwondo is highly recommended by counselors and doctors alike. Yes.
See, I knew that I felt that way. I knew that when I taught that way, but I never knew that it was actually recommended.
I believe that Taekwondo is a mind-body, not sport, but action. And it's my belief, and I've seen it over the years with many of my students who grow physically and become more mentally acute. Yes.
Now, Mike, you said your mom said that you started when you were 14 years old.
I did.
Remember that far back?
I do, because my first white belt tournament test was here in this gym.
Really?
Yep,
And so this location is a milestone for you.
it is, yes.
How does it feel walking through these doors today? More as a spectator today, right?
Well, I'm a spectator, but it kind of it's nice, brings back a lot of memories where I see all my taekwondo family that I don't see anywhere else except here at the tournaments. That's kind of nice too.
Do you remember back when you were 14, how you felt your first class? I remember mine. I'm just curious. Do you remember what it was like those first few classes? How'd you feel? Did you feel out of sorts?
I felt like I needed to definitely stretch out to do this and
You
change
muscles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
change some of my movement patterns and just come easier to do pretty much anything. Because like you said, we're using these muscles that we don't use on a daily basis. So when you start to get them working, they help you in your everyday activities.
And how did it feel when you got to go to class with your mom and your family? And you guys all got to go together.
It was nice. It was nice.
Did other kids that you knew do that too?
A couple, yeah. There's a couple people like Master Sherry Benedict and her 2 daughters and her son also did that. That was nice.
But even school friends at your middle school and high school, a lot of those sports that are all school based don't have where your parents can join you after school.
Right.
So this really helped grow you as a family as well.
It did, yeah, a lot.
He's like, I can't talk about that to you get my mom standing over you. And where you're at right now, can you talk a little bit about your class, Master Ramos?
I can. And where I'm at right now is I'm teaching both in Lowell, Michigan and Ionia, Michigan. I have a 3rd degree that is in charge of my Ionia location. I am teaching in Lowell. And I've got to say, people ask me when I'm going to quit teaching because I'm 73 years old. And I hope I never have to quit teaching. I'm hoping to teach as long as I possibly can, as long as I'm physically able. And now I'm not always physically able to do everything or demonstrate everything in class, which I depend on my students to help me out, and they do. So it all works out.
If there is one thing that we could say, if you want to share one thing that you felt was important, what would that be that you want people to know about?
I think the most important thing about Taekwondo and about martial arts and what I try to instill in my student is practice, because self-defense is a habit. Self-defense does not come naturally. In fact, I will not teach 1 hour or 2 hour self-defense classes because people leave with a false sense that they know something that they really don't know because they haven't practiced it enough.
And Mike, same question to you. What would be one thing that you'd want to share, knowing that you started when you were only 14? You don't tell me your age. Okay. But you've been practicing for a while for second degree. What is one thing that you want people to know about?
Teach taekwondo or practicing taekwondo and learn the movements and the discipline and stuff like that becomes more of a muscle memory. You don't think, you just do, and that helps a lot too. About how am I gonna do this, and you just do it because you got the movement, you got the flexibility, you have the discipline and mind strength to accomplish anything after this. That's a lot. That's a lot of help.
Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.